What's going on, you guys? Welcome, welcome. I haven't been on live stream on YouTube for a little while, so I wanted to hop on here and say hello. And today I wanted to share with you guys some powerful tips, 3 tips on how to really source optimism and calmness even during a tough time or even during uncertain times. So if you guys can see me, if you can hear me, feel free to say hello in the chat.
On, you guys?
Whoa, there's an echo
Welcome,
here.
welcome. I haven't.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So if you guys can see me or hear me, feel free to share with me below where you are logging in from. And also moving forward, if you guys have any ideas or any tips on what you want to learn more about on this YouTube channel, typically I cover different kinds of subjects like confidence, happiness, charisma, and having a powerful, abundant mindset so that you can continuously create and live a life that gets to be fun and joyful and have calmness and all that good stuff. And I am a performance coach and fulfillment coach and I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, high achievers, CEOs, or anyone who's really willing and excited to change and shift their mindset. So I have a mastermind coming up. I have a group coaching coming up around all this so that people can really find their edge and confidence back and get back on track. So that will be coming. But today I'm so excited to go ahead and share some of these tips live with you guys. And unfortunately, I can't see all the chat just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and try to log on. But feel free to take out a piece of paper or take out your note section from your computer and type this or write this out so that you can remember it and come back to it, and maybe even journal your own ideas below the 3 tips that I'm going to share with you today so that you can come back to this, whether it is right now that you get to really take this in and feel the shift that's happening within you as I share some of this, and or you can save this for another time when you do start to feel uncertain and you want to source that calmness. Number 1, so we'll jump right into it. Number 1 is have faith. Have faith. I know that sounds so simple, but let me tell you what faith really means and does. So faith really means that you have a loyalty in the fact that you know the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, has your back, that it will work for you, even if it doesn't seem like it right now, and that you have loyalty of positive expected future. Because the truth is, things always get better. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but even the things that felt like a deep breakdown or things that were difficult or adversities in our own lives later end up being some of the biggest blessings or things that offered us the biggest lessons that moved us to that next phase or that next evolving stage in our life. And it always ends up being super helpful and powerful. So remembering that, we get to remember that everything is unfolding for us, even if we can't see what that lesson is just yet. The question that we get to ask ourselves when we are moving through a difficult time and to cultivate faith is, how could this be potentially working for me? What can I learn about this? What can I learn from this? What am I learning about myself in a way that I never knew before through this process? So these are some of the questions that you can start to ask yourself or journal about so that you can start to cultivate faith in situations like that. It was Steve Jobs that said this, and this is one of my favorite quotes ever. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking back, meaning everything that is happening for us. Sometimes we don't see the whole picture because we only know what's happening now, what's happening in the future. Sometimes we can access, our future self in meditations and whatnot, which is something that I do help my clients do and be able to access. However, we don't always have that bigger picture of being able to see the whole journey and seeing the whole story. So have faith that the dots will connect in the future and continue to be present, continue to lean into learning something from it so that you can start to, just flow through some of the difficult times, through some of the uncertain times, knowing that it's going to work out for you. Number 2, cultivate trust and self-confidence. build trust in yourself. Remember that you have managed and actually grew through 100% of the previous hardships in your life, or else you wouldn't be here. But you are here and you're alive and you're breathing and you are full of possibilities. What that means, what that shows me is that you have all the resources, all the skills, all the experiences in your journey that you needed to get through whatever that next step is. Cultivate and tap into that place where there is that strong belief about yourself. Even if it's not there 100% of the time, tune into that moment. Maybe try to remember a moment in your life where you felt so certain about your abilities to move through a difficult time or an uncertain time, and you came out of it stronger. And like tune into that energy. What did that feel like to have that type of faith and trust in yourself, and start to anchor into it and amplify that in this stage of life, knowing that you can be forever resourceful, you can forever create different ways to move through these difficult situations. Number 3, learn to reframe constantly towards abundance and possibilities. So I do want to say this because I actually share this in my Instagram stories. And by the way, my Instagram is Yuri1C. That's YURI1C. So if you guys ever want to follow my journey, you can do that there. But I did share today how it's not always good to reframe so quickly that you forget to actually learn the lessons that are hidden in some of these breakdowns or certain emotions, even if they're uncomfortable. So I'm not saying, reframe instantly to the point that you miss the point of that emotion or you suppress an emotion completely to the fact that you're not even like allowing your body and your mind and your soul to move through an emotion that is supposed to teach you something so you don't go back to a certain pattern. Stay with it, acknowledge what you're feeling, acknowledge the lessons from it, and as quickly as possible, reframe, how could this be working out for me? Realizing that nothing is guaranteed actually means anything is possible. So even if you feel like there's so much uncertainty, you're feeling anxiety, know that in this moment, you can always create new possibilities. And when you can start to feel that way, you can when you can start to acknowledge that, you might be able to start to feel kind of excited about the unknown rather than just be scared of it or be stressed out by it. You can do this by creating an abundant mindset and practicing as much as possible, staying there. One of the ways that you can do this is start by asking better questions in your mind. So when we go into this fear-based mindset, we typically think that there's only like one solution, one or two solutions, and we don't have the resources to get to that solution right now. So then therefore we get even more stressed. Now, when we can start asking, how else can I create this outcome? How else can I resolve this problem, then your mind starts to open up to all the infinite ways that you can potentially create new solutions to resolve the challenge at hand. And therefore, you can actually tap into that abundant mindset rather than being stuck in the survival mindset, which oftentimes causes more stress and anxiety. And oftentimes it becomes about survival, meaning you're unable to actually get super creative. So those are the 3 tips, you guys. Number 1 is have faith. Number 2 is cultivate trust and self-confidence within yourself. And number 3 is learn to reframe towards possibilities and abundant mindset as often as possible. These are some of the things, again, I cover in my coaching, and I love working with my clients on this because it literally blows their mind, and they start to think in ways that they never thought before. And then just by switching that mindset, they're able to tap into this place where they get to experience and create more flow and fun in their life, which is something that I'm so passionate about. Anyways, I hope that was helpful, you guys. Again, feel free to share below what was powerful for you. I get to figure out how I can chat with you guys while I'm doing this because I'm unable to look at the chat, but do comment below what landed for you what other subjects can I potentially present that would be helpful on this channel? Feel free to follow me on Instagram as Yuri1C. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so today already. And other than that, it is so great to be back here. I get to do some live streams more often here because it is fun to connect with you guys on this platform. And I am on a mission to impact tens and hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions of people on this channel. So if you guys feel pulled to, feel free to share this. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, again, my name is Yuri Choi, and I am so glad you guys are here, and I will be back soon. See y'all.